I've always wanted to be part of a community, and so when I moved up here in October, I wanted to be able to give back to the community somehow. So anytime that I have the opportunity to serve and help others in need, that's what motivates me to get out and help to serve.
It's just something I enjoy doing. It's a great brotherhood, not only in our township, but you get to meet a lot of people, and fortunately in different ways too. You get to meet them at your fire scenes and training, and then sadly you get to see them in tragedies, but that's when you see the real firemen, I should say, come out when there's a tragedy, unfortunately.
The people need help. Who else is going to help? And I live close by. I live a couple, well, maybe a mile and a half away, so.
But I was about 18, and my friend said to me, he says, hey Ralph, he said, let's join the Marion Hose Company, he says. So I thought, you know what, let's give it a shot. So from that day on, I was hooked. I joined, I met some great people, I learned kind of the ways of the world, learned an awful lot about firefighting. We were doing things at that fire company back in 1960 when I joined. We were repelling out the front windows, you know, we were out drafting. You learned, we used to clean chimneys free of charge, or except for a donation in the town. And you say, what's the significance? Well, you learned how to throw ladders, you learned how to climb, you learned about the structural part of buildings and stuff like that. So, I mean, it was just a constant learning experience. And
I grew up in Hamburg, New York, and some of the men in their neighborhood were volunteers. So we had air horns back there that blew the signal, and I'd watch them go, and then I wasn't old enough, they didn't have juniors back then. When in the Navy, they had a dance, social dance, harvest dance at the firehouse. Being in the Navy, I didn't know anybody. So one of the women up the street said, I can send my niece down. We'll be married 50 years in September. So that's good.
You know, I come up here, it's a vacation house I bought, and you know, I love mountain biking, hiking, all things outdoor. And you know, the firehouse is right down the street, and I was talking to Ralph, the chief, and you know, asked me if I'd be interested in joining. It's like, sure, you know, get to help out the community, and you know, I joined and I was hooked. You know, went out on a few calls and it was great.
I work with a general contractor, so I do construction. I do estimating and scheduling, so I work from home, which puts me in a position to help during the daytime calls. I just work from home from a home office, so anytime I need to leave, even if it's in the middle of the night or middle of the day, it's not a problem for me to get here.
And you know, when you're young, yeah, I'm going to do this, but as you get older, you realize it takes teamwork, everybody working together.
One of the challenges we have, because we're in a resort area, a majority of our calls in a year are people that are vacationing here, whether they have a weekend home or a summer home or a winter home or just vacation. A lot of them don't know the area. They know how to get to point A to point B, wherever they're coming from, wherever their rental house is, or whatever activity they might be doing for that day or the weekend. Wintertime skiing, summertime, just summer vacation. They don't know where they're at. All they know is how to dial 911 and call for help, and hopefully it's coming. That's probably one of our biggest challenges.
there's more to it than just showing up for drills or for fire service or for fundraisers. It's this friendship that just never goes away.